So here I am on NCL Epic, and I have chosen to do some bowling today. And I have very graciously accepted the invitation of my new friend Chuck here, Charles, and he is whipping me, but I am going to at least get double figures. So I appreciate his patience, and let's see how we go from here. So we don't actually get a printout from our bowling, but what Bernard has offered me is to have just a little caption of the score there. So neither Chuck or I got anywhere between triple figures, but we're quite happy with what we got.
She had properly vanquished me, and that doesn't happen often, so congratulations.
We can do this. Thank you, I appreciate that. So I'm on here, the deck of NCL Epic, and today when we arrived in Antigua, St. John, Antigua, we were joined by Marella, the Marella Explorer, a TUI boat, a German-based boat. I'm just going to pan out here, hopefully you'll be able to see her. And potentially you'll just see where I am standing here on NCL Epic, which is at about the rock climbing wall and about to head to Spice H2O and the lift wells in the marketplace. So you can see that Marella Explorer, maybe you can see that Marella Explorer is about 2/3 the size of NCL Epic, because we have all of that space still to go. NCL Epic is big, only 4,000 people. It's not the biggest, so we got other ones going up to 6,000 people. But she'll do me! Absolutely perfect. So we'll be setting off from Antigua very, very soon. So hi, I'm actually here on NCL Epic, and I'm just bonding here with Loretta, and this is Trevor, and they're from South Africa, and they're teaching me a new word, and it says, it means in good health, or drink to your health, and it is
Gesondheid.
Gesondheid.
Oh, there you go.
If I keep drinking to my own health with water and ice, I will have good health.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let's say
Gesondheid.
donkey.
Donkey.
That's thank you.
Okay, danke. I entered the room on this very magic day, and I'm greeted with some absolutely beautiful towel animals. But when I look at my beautiful towel animals, and then I have a look at the other towel animal menagerie that we have collected over the day. He used to have some eyes, but he seems to be a bit missing in action. And this guy over here, oh, he's got his eyes. He's got eyes. He was just facing the wrong direction. Something greets me, and what greets me is packed luggage. Packed luggage on the day before disembarkation day. So what has happened is we've been allocated our disembarkation times, and because on this cruise we are platinum, so we do have priority disembarkation, so we don't have a set time, but we are still allocated our tags. So we've kept our room. We've actually kept our room remarkably clean, and this is, as I say, the day before disembarkation, so it's not going to take us very long to get ready tomorrow to leave the Norwegian Epic. So one of the amazing things about a disembarkation day, or any port day really, is you come to a port and you may see some old friends. I'd like to introduce you to Disney Cruise Line, DCL Fantasy. She's just pulling in here beside us. It's maybe like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we've got some company at Port Carnival today. So she'll be doing something like a 4 or a 7, a 4-3-7 combo potentially if I looked at her itineraries. She's just absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to head up for breakfast for the last time to Ocean's restaurant. And what I notice here in our mailbox is our final bills, which hopefully mine will have big zeros on it. Let's have a little look. Yes, has lovely zeros on it, so that's sweet, because what I did this time is I actually paid incrementally in cash so that my credit card didn't get too big of a hit, because I'm doing some other things in the next few days where my credit card will get used. So, oh, pushed the wrong one. Pushed up instead of down, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the stateroom down to 6 to Ocean's bar, which is a 24-hour bar on this one that serves food all the time. So it's going up, maybe it'll change to come down for me. Let's just wait and see. Yes, there it goes. Try to override the lift.
Deck 6. Doors opening.
So if we come out of the lift, this was my bar when I was on this boat. This was where Jojo and Ronaldo were absolutely fantastic. And that was Shanghai restaurant, which was absolutely wonderful. We had a few meals there. Oh, some people are already doing the walk-offs. Walking through the casino, which is very, very quiet now. Casino's closed during port days. We did read a statistic somewhere about how much the casinos did pay out, and I did meet a couple of people who had small wins, but nothing drastic. Morning! So basically this is our last walkthrough. There's that beautiful chandelier. And let's see how busy Oceans are going to be. Oh, there's nothing. It's not up for breakfast. The information sheet up there is just giving us what is available for the different customs. Sweet as. So I've come up here to the 15th deck, and because Oceans was not open, and there we can see Disney Fantasy again. And we've got some more company over here. Just pulling in is Celebrity Breeze. He's just pulling in there. And that's actually a really good word for today, breeze, because it is so cold this morning. And I have packed all of my belongings, all my winter stuff, so hopefully it'll not be too cool for much longer. What I have noticed is that a few people are doing their carry-off of their luggage, huge suitcases, and unable to walk, and it's just such a dangerous situation to do the walk-offs. I'm not sure if you can actually see Disney Fantasy, and then over the side she has the water slide that actually does come across the edge of the boat. So I ended up just coming down to the Garden Cafe because it was a lot easier. All the food is nice and fresh and they're turning the tables around really quickly. I don't think I've seen it this busy. Cruise outside and have another walk on the 15th level. So I picked up a couple of things for my cruise buddy because she hasn't come up yet. The sun is starting to rise nicely. And when we come up here, they've actually set the flags up. It's just beautiful listening to them blowing in the breeze. So I don't think we'll see the deck this empty again. They're just doing their final cleans and maintenance, turning around the ship for the next itinerary. We did speak to a few people who were staying on for the 7-day. So actually for the first time on this boat, I've come up to the 16th deck just to get a different view. And there is Disney Fantasy just behind me. And there is Carnival Breeze, and I just spoke to a German gentleman who said that RCI, Navigator of the Sea, is just on the other side, so I'll cruise over and have a look at her in a second. But I'll just do a little bit of a point and then I'll change the camera to another angle, and that is NASA. So here we are on the Space Coast, near Cocoa Beach, and that is NASA. So there's our cruise terminal, the car parks, a marina there looking pretty spectacular. And there's the boat the gentleman said was Navigator of the Sea. Of course, Florida is famous for its magnificent weather most of the year round, except for this morning where it's a little bit crisp and my hair's decided to do something weird. And it's got the theme parks, Disney World, Disneyland, Legoland. It's got a couple of Universal Studios. But the magic is the 4 ports that you have. So you have Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, Miami and Tampa. So positioned here, the Panhandle in the Gulf Coast, it's just the most amazing space. It's probably closer to 8 o'clock now, and we're having a very slow start to the morning, and we've been notified that the US border security has been delayed for half an hour. So they will notify us when our colour is ready to go. Our colour is yellow. We're platinum, so we can get priority disembarkation. We've contacted the person who's picking us up, and they're on their way. And so there's Disney Fantasy, Carnival Breeze, and a beautiful tug pushing a barge just there. And over in the background, somewhere near those Coast Guard boats, you've actually got Cape Canaveral here on the Space Coast. Another just a little interesting sidebar that I had thought of just then as I was looking at Disney Fantasy. All other life vessels, lifeboats, safety vessels are orange. Disney's are the only ones that are yellow. And that would be because of Mickey. He's got a lot of influence, the boss. He's got a lot of influence. So we had a mini suite this time, which was a bit larger than the average, and the shower recess here is really quite large, and you do have some personal hygiene stuff there. So the toilet is in a self-enclosed space, and the unique thing about this design was all the personal stuff is behind the little curtain, but then you wash your hands here. So the beds in this area are round. This was the template for the round, so you can get twice as many, get more cabins in. Where this curve here, where this curved settee is, that would be the bed for the next cabin, and this space would be where the couch is. Large bench space, just so much cupboard space, it was just amazing. Got the coffee making machine. We even got, you know, more cupboard space here. My favourite cupboard was this one here. It's like a fridge. Oh.
Very good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Andre, your cruise director speaking. This is just a reminder for all of those guests who are deciding to use our self-assist or easy walk-off service, which is all of those guests carrying their own luggage off the ship. Gangways are located on deck number 5 forward and deck number 6 forward at this time. Once again, for all of those guests who are using our easy walk-off or self-assist service, that is all guests carrying their own luggage off the ship. The gangways are located on deck 5 forward and deck 6 forward at this time. And please have your key card in hand ready for security, who will be swiping you through our system one final time. For all of those guests choosing to use our luggage label service, as I mentioned before, due to US Customs and Immigrations, the coloured luggage labels have all been set back 30 minutes from the advertised time. So we are recommending that guests use the Garden Cafe or Ocean's Bar and Grill for their breakfast this morning. But we do kindly ask guests to refrain from congregating on deck 5 or 6, as this area will get very, very busy and congested very quickly. On behalf of your captain, Captain Marco, Hotel Director Nelson, myself, Andre, your cruise director, and all of the officers, staff and crew, we do thank you for choosing Norwegian Cruise Line. Hope you've enjoyed this transatlantic voyage, and we hope to see you right back here on the Epic very soon for the next one. Have a great day, and I shall see you around the ship. Thank you.
Any information that you need, the crew will notify you by the public address system. So this was our little tour of our mini suite, so 8175 on Norwegian Epic. So with being a platinum and having priority disembarkation, our number has been called, our colour, yellow, but our ride still isn't here yet. So we are just settling ourselves into a rest spot here and having a few relaxing apple juices and waiting for our ride to come. So we don't have to get off the boat until 9 o'clock, which is the last time for the ship to clear for the new passengers to come on. So this is going to be us for the next hour or so. So we've just checked off the boat for the last time, and we've got our bags down here somewhere, and we'll look for the yellow. We've done our washy for our hands, the sanitising of our hands, and a lot of sad faces, but it's been a great couple of weeks, and we look forward to sailing Norwegian again. Okay. So we're just living another unique piece of chaos here. I don't think Norwegian has quite figured out how to get 4,000 people off a boat in 4 hours. So we've actually arrived now at the car park at Carnival, and there's people here with their signs for hotel transfers. So hopefully our lovely Glenda, is just across the way there in the car park. So we'll, this is what chaos looks like. I'm in the middle of absolute chaos here. We've been driving for about half an hour, and we've stopped off, grabbed some free Wi-Fi and a quick bite to eat on the way to where we're staying. I love it. Love it.